What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be testing some camping food. What's up, everyone? So today, as you can see, we have a lot of different food in front of us. And today we are testing out some different Mountain House backpacking foods. This is not sponsored by Mountain House because we are going to be comparing some others. But this is the main one they have at Walmart, which is our local place to pick these up. So we figured we'd test them out. We have a Biscuits and Gravy, which I'm kind of questioning my decision. Um, I am from the South. I was raised on biscuits and gravy, and the way that package looked when I poured the boiling hot water in there, not sure. But right now, these things have water in them. They're heating up. They're getting ready. But while they're doing that, I wanted to discuss a couple alternatives to these types of foods. So you have these. This is one simple meal for one person. Supposed to have most of your calories for the day. This one has 460 calories per container. This one has 480. This one has 560. So you have different calorie intakes, but there are other options. One of those options, it's a valid option, is something we actually made ourselves. This is, I don't know how well you can see it on camera, but this is ground beef that we have cooked and dehydrated along with peppers and onions. And actually that smells amazing just opening it up. It's more ground beef. We did a couple of that. And this last one is actually tomato paste. I don't know how well you can see that. It's actually in like a leather format is what they call it. You basically put all that into hot water with minute rice and it makes like a unstuffed peppers. We've done this before on camping trips and it tasted really awesome. So you can do this, put this into a vacuum down storage container and do it yourself. That's one option. There's a whole bunch of different dehydrator meals, which is basically what you have to do. You dehydrate all this stuff, therefore it keeps. Now, mind you, this stuff has been sitting up in my cabinet for probably a year and a half, and it's still good to go. The only thing that's kind of not as dehydrated as it was is the leather. That was almost like a chip, and it's not anymore. The other thing that we found, and we found this at Walmart, this was $20. We have not tasted this, but I can almost pretty much tell you what it's going to be like. This has buttermilk pancakes, brown sugar and oatmeal, creamy chicken flavored rice, macaroni and cheese, and creamy potato soup. If you've ever had anything that comes out of a bag before, I can almost guarantee you that's like the instant noodles or instant rice. I can almost guarantee you that that's what this stuff's going to be because that's how it's packaged. It's packaged in a big pouch. You cook it, and these meals are enough for 4 people for 48 hours. So this would be more of like you're feeding your family in a hurricane type situation. You need some stuff to feed a whole bunch of people. This is what you would use. Now, if you're backpacking, I would use the homemade ones or something like this. This is also good in a pinch. One thing I have learned from watching a bunch of people do this and mess up, these are oxygen eaters. They're inside every one of these bags. Alexa, stop. I had that timer set to let me know that this stuff right here is 5 minutes in and should almost be done. But real quick, these oxygen eaters, make sure you take them out. They're not a flavor packet. They're not a seasoning packet. You should be amazed. You would be amazed at some of the stuff I've heard people say and leave these in here. But with these 3, we have biscuits and gravy. This one is chicken teriyaki, and this one is chili mac and beef. Now, I chose the chili mac and beef simply because when I was in the military, that was one of my favorite MREs. So I'm hoping it's something kind of close. It was the one that was most edible. Chicken teriyaki, pretty sure you can't go too far wrong with that. And I just can't say nothing for the biscuits and gravy. All I can say is I'm hoping. But let's get this stuff stirred up. I've got something to drink to wash it down in case it's all horrible. I'm going to have Stacy join me. We'll be right back, and we'll start taste testing.
Hey everybody, before me and Mike decides to try some of these foods, we want to let y'all see what it looks like when you open the package after it sits for 5 minutes. There we have the biscuit and gravy, which I will admit, it does smell like biscuit and gravy. This one is the chicken teriyaki, and you will be the first one to see before I do. And it smells good. And this one, we have the chili mac and beef. And hopefully y'all can see that. I wish y'all could smell it because it actually smells really, really good with all 3 packages open.
All right, everybody. So we are about ready to try this stuff. This stuff has been sitting for about 9 minutes or so, somewhere around in there. It actually, like Stacy said, this stuff actually smells really good. I can smell the chili mac, and from looking inside of it when we were filming, it kind of reminds me of the MRE, so I'm kind of excited about that. Like I said, chicken teriyaki, I don't think you can really mess that up too much. It's kind of hard.
We will find out.
We'll find out. Biscuits and gravy, that's, like I said, we're both born and raised in the South, so this one's going to be, I'll tell you what, the one thing that we both decided we wouldn't try when we were standing in Walmart looking at all the different ones they had, and they have probably, what, 9 or 10 different varieties of these. There's a whole bunch, and if you go onto their website, there's a lot more. The one we both decided we were not going to try at all was the eggs. She looked at me and I was like, well, let's try something breakfast. And we're both kind of looking, and I was like, biscuits and gravy sounds about the safest. And she looked at me and, what'd you say?
I don't want to try the eggs.
Yeah, she was like, I'm just glad you didn't pick the eggs. So, well, you want to start dishing that one up? I'll start dishing this one up. And like I said, I have a drink just in case it's nasty. By the way, Rip It, you should really sponsor me. I have one of these in almost all the videos and everything I do. I have one with me, so. And like I said, this smells awesome. I'm really kind of excited about eating this. So I'm gonna try something a little different because this one's kind of soupy.
That one's really soupy.
That actually tastes kind of good.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna put them in front of what they are, and then Okay, which way do we want to start?
I'm gonna start this way.
We're gonna start this way. Okay. I'm gonna wait and see her. Well, should we do it both at the same time?
At the same time.
All right. Here goes nothing, people. I'm gonna get a big old bite. We're gonna go for the gusto. A little crunchy.
Has a flowery taste, but you can't taste.
Yeah, it has a real. I'm gonna try the actual meat here because I didn't get any meat in mine. Sausage is kind of chewy, and that could be because it still needs to set up. But honestly, that was not as bad as I was.
I was thinking it was gonna be really, really bad, but it wasn't.
It's got a good pepper taste to it. The biscuits are a bit crunchy, but like I said, that could be because we didn't let it set long enough. It may have needed to set a little longer. But I'm going to wash that taste out of my mouth so it doesn't taste like pepper and biscuits anymore. Try this one. Teriyaki next.
Go ahead.
All right, let's get a good little bit here. And So we're gonna try this.
Hold on, let me stir it up a little bit more.
Okay. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Once again, that's actually pretty good. It has a real teriyaki flavor. The meat has a little bit of a weird texture, wouldn't you say? It's kind of like, you can tell it's been dehydrated and rehydrated. Or, sorry, freeze-dried and then rehydrated. So it's kind of got like a, what would you say, foamy texture?
Yeah. Not my favorite. Right now, the biscuit and gravy has that beat.
Surprisingly, which is the one we had the least amount of hope in. All right, so this is the one I've been really hoping for, and it better not let me down. And I probably need a spoon for this, but
I grabbed the spoon.
yeah. All right, so we're gonna blow on this for a second because it is still steaming. Because I mean, the water I put in here was literally boiling hot, and you can still see the steam coming off of these.
You ready?
I'm ready when you are.
Right,
1, 2, 3. Okay. Once again, the meat's got that slight weird texture to it. Like, almost spongy like.
Yeah, it's got to soak up a little bit more of the juice,
Yeah,
I guess.
it needs to like soak up a little more or something. So maybe we need to leave these a little longer than what it says on the bag, because it says wait 5 minutes, stir,
And then wait another additional 4 minutes.
and reseal. Let stand an additional 4 minutes, stir, and enjoy right out of the pouch. So, honestly, I can say I'm kind of surprised about this, because the one I thought was going to be the worst was actually something I would eat for breakfast. And the one I had the most faith in was kind of like, eh.
A little disappointed.
Yeah, a little disappointed in it.
Because honestly, I could sit here and say that Chili Mac has my full confidence. Actually, the biscuit and gravy has it too.
Yeah.
They need to improve a little bit more on their teriyaki chicken.
The teriyaki chicken. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't horrible. And you know, like I tell everybody, it may just be our taste and the way we like stuff. Because I'm kind of particular about my Chinese and Oriental food. I make a lot of it myself. I love cooking. So, could just be that. But then again, too, taste one. Take some spices out your rack from home. You can always jazz these things up however you want to. I mean, they already got, mind you, you're probably not going to want to put any salt into them because they have a high sodium content, because basically these are a camping food, so they're going to have a higher fat, carb, calorie, salt content, basically the stuff that you're losing when you're out there in the field. So it's kind of, you know, these meals are really packed full of that stuff to help your body replace it. Because like the protein is 20% of your daily value for the whole container. And granted, each one of these containers is, I think, 2 servings. Yeah, because the calories double. So technically these things are supposed to be 2 servings. 1 serving of this, it's got 230 calories. This one's what, 240?
This one's 280, and then
560 if you eat the whole thing. So, I mean, these things are packed full of calories, and they'll help you go for the whole day if you're out camping, hiking, fishing, hunting, whatever. So it works. But you do have to have hot water, so you'd have to have like a little jet boil stove and some water with you to be able to make these. But other than that, honestly, in a survival situation, I have eaten way worse. I mean, granted, I'm in the military. I've had an MRE before. So, for you guys in the military, vegetable omelet MRE is all I have to say. That's about the worst thing you could ever eat. But for this camping food, I'd honestly give it a really good Mountain House, I'd give them definitely a thumbs up on this one. Like I said, there are other options like the big canister, and that's made by Augason Farms, and that's basically for an entire family. So that would be a meal for four. The little stuff we created, I already put that away, and that has a lot more flavoring in it. The meat still has that kind of mealy, weird texture, and I guess that's kind of just what happens when you dehydrate or freeze dry something. It just changes that texture and consistency. But other than that, for you know something that you have to eat out in the field, I'd definitely go with something like this. And if you guys want, throw me some comments up here. Let me know. I can do a video strictly on what we do with our dehydrator. I've done several of them. I took them out when we did our overnight camping trip, camping tutorial at the state park. I did one that night, and me and one of the rangers out there ate it. He really liked it. I really liked it. So for something that we kind of put together just from what we had in the house and then dehydrated and vacuum sealed, turned out pretty decent. So if you guys want to see more of the ones we make, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely put a video together encompassing what all we do. But for now, everyone have a good day. Stay safe. Enjoy the outdoors. God bless America.